Cheers! Welcome to Movie Bitches. Sundance 2023.
So I'm going to talk about a movie that I watched that I think is my favorite movie from Sundance called Onyx The Fortuitous and the Talisman of Souls.
Ooh. I wanted to watch this one. I just didn't get to.
Low-key obsessed with this. I don't know. Everything was working for me. I could see how this would be somebody's fuck off least favorite movie.
Okay.
But something about it all came together for me. And this was the first time in a while where I felt like I was watching a comedy that was edited and sound designed like a comedy. I mean, I didn't know how much I missed it until I started watching old comedies.
Okay, sure.
There's something about the enunciation of the words and how you can hear everything. It's not that mumblecore kind of comedy.
Right, no, they set it up. Here's a
comedy.
joke, a punchline.
Here's a joke, a punchline. The editing is working in congruity.
Yeah.
In Congress.
Sure.
In Congress with the sound design, the editing. The music was very cartoony, and this is the joke, punchline with music. And I was laughing because I was like, oh my God, it's a comedy. Anyway, had a great time. Basically, it's about this, angsty Satanist named Marcus, but also Onyx The Fortuitous. That's what he calls himself.
Great.
He's dressed like, I don't know, he's at a steampunk Nickelback concert.
Wow.
It's rough. He's got this affectation that I knew was his nervous personality.
Sure.
Covering how sort of like shy and hiding of his real personality it was. But I could see watching it and people going, oh my God, this voice, what's happening?
Sure.
But I connected with it. Also, T.C. Carson, Kyle from Living Single shows up again. I was like, what's happening? He's like invading my life and I'm obsessed with it, and you're welcome to come. Like, I'm inviting you to join my life. I'm so excited. I'm rewatching Living Single.
Great, love
It's great. I'm obsessed. It was just as good as it was back then. Anyway, and it's got a little bit of Clue.
Oh.
It's got a little bit of Poirot-y kind of big mansion.
Okay.
They use their money so smart. It looks good, but there's one setting, or like two, but
Sure.
basically the whole thing takes place in this mansion. They obviously got it. It looks great. They photographed it beautifully.
Love it.
There's practical effects, and you can see the goo and the hair. And I was so in love with the practical effects. And they do this thing at the beginning where you get there's a character who has visions, and you get a little tease of all the practical effects. And I was like, oh my God, is this what's to come? I'm so delighted. And then it was, and then they were there, and I loved it.
Physical objects.
Oh my God. It's very, it owes a lot to Beetlejuice.
Okay.
But it didn't feel apey. It just felt like, I love you, Beetlejuice.
Sure.
The movie, can I, join with you? It was funny. There was, solving of puzzles.
Ooh.
And there's a prophecy, and there's, everyone in it has people you recognize. You're like, oh, that lady from that thing and whatever. Sure. Alice from The Magician shows up, a show you didn't watch.
Yep.
Barbara Crampton and Jeffrey Combs are both in it. So Barbara Crampton is in Reanimator and From Beyond and all these like Charles Band movies. And randomly, I just read Charles Band's autobiography, which was really fun. Yeah. He did all, you don't know, but he had like Full Moon Productions in the 90s. Okay. So he did all the direct-to-video exploitation, B movie. He did all the Puppet Master movies. He did all those. So if you haven't read his biography and you're at all interested, it was fun to read and I liked it. And Jeffrey Combs is the main Satanist guy who brings them all to the mansion, and I'm gonna, foretell the, whatever, and woo. I really liked it. I don't know. I was a little bit surprised at how much I liked it, and I kind of want to watch it again.
Cool.
And the practical effects, it made me so angry because watching this creativity and how beautiful it looked and how creative, and of course it doesn't look real, but it felt real. That just means that all of these other movies are choosing to create shit. Not that, creating stuff on a computer is creating
obviously it takes stuff, yeah.
But it just looks like crap. It just looks like, who cares? And it doesn't feel real, and you don't connect to it. And I think if this had CGI, I would have hated this movie. It really elevated it. And also, like, the jokes were our age range. Like, the guy who, I should have looked up his name, but the main guy wrote, directed it. He started on YouTube. He's famous. You probably know who he is. Here's the picture. I didn't know who he was, but it's very, like, oh, that reference, I've I connect with your references. Let's just say that. And I would recommend it if it's at all sounds interesting
Great.
too. So
Cool.
cheers
Cheers.
to T.C. Carson.
And practical effects.
Oh, so good. There's a devil that has a Van Dyke, and it's huge, and it's like blah 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 blah. I was so into it. There's a box demon that's like very Jim Henson, like tell me the secrets, and he's like I was really into it. Anyway.